Hey guys, my name is Dan, and this is Stout Gaming. We are back after an extended break from the MDL with the quarterfinals in the playoffs. This is where I lost last season, so I'm looking to make a comeback, and I am up against Charles. We played week 3 in the regular season where I beat him, and I believe I was his last loss of the season up until the last week of the season. So he went on a bit of a hot streak, and now we're going to be coming in against him. I see the Leafeon in team preview, and that thing makes me worried because I wasn't really expecting it and don't have too much prep for it. But that also means I assume this Liepard has sunny days, so it'll have one less. So I know one more spot on its set. This is going to be a very tricky battle for me. Charles is incredibly skilled, and there's not too much to say about that. But as we're diving in, this Azelf, I have it EV'd to outspeed everything on his team that isn't Scarfed. So looking here, there are a couple things that I'm worried about. One is the Latios setting Tailwind, because even though I've got Tornadus in the back, I don't want him to match my Tailwind, I need to beat it. But I do know that a max play rough into the Latios slot will KO most Latioses. If it's incredibly bulky, like pure support, it won't get it, but if it's built offensively at all, it should take it. And then I'm worried a bit about a Choice Scarf Heracross here, but I don't think it's going to be Goggles Heracross. So I feel fairly safe with this play. If it is Goggles Heracross, I'll be able to adjust very well for it game 2. I'm not exactly sure what the set is here, but this is a pretty ideal lead matchup for me. One thing to note about his team is he did not bring his Heatran that he typically brings. So no Heatran means that Azelf has a good matchup into just about everything, which is very nice for me. So I'm happy with this lead here. The Heracross protects, and yeah, this Latios is about to die because unless it's Scarfed, like Scarf Tailwind would be a cheeky tech here to beat this Azelf, right? But then the Latios still dies, and I've still got an Azelf that's just sitting in front of everything. But no, it's just gonna eat this Max Starfall. And yeah, with that we are absolutely in a great position for this match. So moving forward in this match, I am feeling fairly confident. I'm pretty sure that this Azelf beats everything else on his team, because he has to switch in one thing or another here. I know that since it's levitating, I'm assuming there's going to be Thunder Wave or something on this Liepard, so Liepard T-Waving isn't a bad play here. But I'm pretty happy with this. So Max Flare should really hurt this Leafeon. Like, it's got a max to survive, and even then it's questionable. So I'm happy with that decision, even though it will set Sun for it. I know he can set his own Sun if I kill the Heracross, right? Then I'm going to Rage Powder away the Heracross, and I think I'm Rage Powdering away the Leafeon too because I sort of goof on this interaction, but I don't think that this Leafeon is going to just kill everything. So this switch comes, and I am decently happy about it. Like, am I incredibly happy? No, but it could be much worse here. So the Leafeon maxes, I expect that, so I'm just going to hit it with a massive chunk here, maybe pick up the KO. I Rage Powder, which will do absolutely nothing this turn. Max Flare, and then I see it's Aqua Berry. Okay. So this is considerably more dangerous now because I've set Sun for it, and it's got a lot more health. So now I don't know if the Tornadus is going to just be able to pick up the KO on it. This feels much more risky to me, and the Flutterby comes out into the Azelf. It doesn't kill the Azelf, which is nice, but I don't know. I feel like I need to preserve this Azelf for late game because it is one of the few things that will pick up KOs on Heracross and Leafeon if Leafeon gets out of max, but I do need to outspeed it. So I need to get a switch into Tornadus while preserving the Azelf. So I'm going to send in Primarina, and it's just going to die in 1 or 2 turns as a sack. I don't particularly care if Tangela lives or dies. All I know is I need Tailwind up, and I need to get Azelf under Tailwind, and preferably get rid of this Liepard so he can't use speed control shenanigans with Thunder Wave, but it doesn't feel great all around, if I'm being honest. So this feels like a bit iffier of a position. Primarina's gotta die here. I don't really know what this Tangela can do. Fake Out's gonna hit it. Yeah, that was pretty obvious. And then Overgrowth. See, Overgrowth is a bit shocking there instead of a Flutterby. Honestly, I thought Flutterby was 100% the play into that slot, depending on what I have in the back. But Overgrowth just picks up the Primarina for free, and I kind of like that, because that's sort of exactly what I needed. Tangela flinches. And then we will be able to get out the Tornadus. So I can Rage Powder away Thunder Waves from this Tornadus. So Tornadus is going to be able to do whatever I need it to do. And I don't think... I'm pretty sure after setting Tailwind, he knows that I can Rage Powder it away. Rage Powder was probably the play here. If I'm being completely honest, a Sleep Powder attack here feels ambitious, probably a little too ambitious for the team that he has. So I'm not in love with this play. But, you know, it could be worse for me. Screech. Okay, so he is actually just going to be able to take out this Tangela this turn if he wants to. Which, he does in fact choose to do that. And he will weaken the Tornadus here as well. Which kind of throws my late game strategy for a bit of a whirl. Because if I had Tornadus and Azelf, knowing that either one would give me a KO, then he can only Thunder Wave one of them, and then I've got the other one that's free to launch some attacks. But here at -1, depending on the bulk, I don't know if I KO this Leafeon. I still probably get the Heracross in the back because it's quad effective. But it's very iffy here. But after revealing Screech and assuming Thunder Wave, then I think the Liepard set is Fake Out, Thunder Wave, Screech, and it has to have Sunny Day because there's no way he's relying on me setting Sun for him for this Leafeon. So I don't think this Liepard can damage me. So my play is to attack around it. So Thunder Wave comes out into Azelf. Okay, that's fine because I've got Sash on the Tornadus, so as long as Leafeon goes down this turn, if I'm right about the Liepard set, then I will have one turn to not get Parahaxed to take out the Heracross, and then I will win because this Liepard can't damage me. Because even if he's able to, you know, Screech Megahorn me, like, if he's able to paralyze then Screech Megahorn me, it doesn't matter. Like, I don't think he has anything that does more than that, even if he does, because I am Sash. I will get one turn to attack it as long as I don't get parried or flinched if he's got something like Rock Slide, for example. So, yep, that makes sense. I had to attack into it anyway, just in case he went for something cheeky. The para comes out, and now he's gonna Screech and attack into me. I get my full para that turn, which is unfortunate for him because that would have been the free Megahorn that he needed, or whatever other attacks he has. I know his sets now. I think Brutal Swing is one of them. That could have been the free Brutal Swing that he needed. So basically here he's got to hope to pick up the KO, which he can't because I'm Sash. or hope that I para or miss. But that's going to do an annoying amount to me. Megahorn comes out, and I don't even need the Sash to live it. So as long as I hit this Air Slash and it KOs, then I'm feeling pretty comfortable because I don't think that this Liepard can actually damage me. Which gets confirmed when he runs from the battle this next turn. So game 1 goes in my favor, but it was definitely a tricky sort of back and forth fight. But I will let you see the closeout of this match, and then I will be back for game 2. So going into game 2, I wanted to show a different plan because I kind of expected him to go to the Gastrodon and Mudstale plan. But I also know that Arcanine goes really well into this Leafeon, and it's probably going to be important because Leafeon is a physical attacker. Arcanine actually goes really well into a lot of his team. Like, there was a very strong argument for bringing it instead of Primarina game 1, and based on what he brought, probably would have been the better choice. But here, I kind of want to go for the Primarina lead. If he goes for the same thing, then I know I just am faster than this Heracross because it's not Scarf. I can absolutely take it out with an Air Slash turn 1, and my Max Starfall will take out the Latios as well unless it maxes. If it maxes, then it's taken a chunk, but it probably can't pick up the KO on... Like, I know, for example, if it's running a pretty standard set with like Thunderbolt, even that like isn't going to take out a max Primarina. It would take out an unmaxed Primarina. So I'm comfortable with those two, and Arcanine in the back in case he goes for Leafeon stuff, because that feels really important. Azelf generally has a solid matchup into everything on his team, so I'm going with that as well. But we are just sort of going to dive into the game here. Also, credit to Charles, he goes for the classy suit look. You gotta love it. Trainer card, high quality outfit, high quality, really tough to beat. So he goes with the same lead here. So my play here is pretty straightforward. I've got to Air Slash into this Heracross and Max Starfall into the Latios. That covers for basically everything. I don't think there's a play that's not a switch that this doesn't cover for, and even a switch, nothing really wants to switch into an Air Slash, and absolutely nothing wants to switch into a Max Starfall on his team. Like, looking at his roster that he brought, I don't know, maybe Gastrodon takes it decently well. Maybe Mudsdale if it's AV, but like, you don't want to switch into a Max Starfall for free and get absolutely nothing out of it. So he's maxing here. I assume it's going to be the Latios, which makes sense. And it is. So Latios comes on out. It is going to be obviously very solid in this position. I'm going to max the Primarina. I'm not going to kill it this turn unless somehow he triggers weakness policy on me. Then I'm absolutely going to kill it this turn. But what I am going to do is a number on this Heracross right now. Air Slash comes on out. Heracross goes down, just like last game. Bing, bang, bong. And Max Lightning. Okay. So Max Lightning into the Tornadus. If that went into the Primarina, this game would have been over because it would have triggered my weakness policy, and then I would have killed the Latios and had a max after making him waste his max while he's got 2 things left. And that would have been ideal. But I'm able to Starfall. Doesn't quite pick up the KO. I mean, it's not close to picking up the KO. It would have if it wasn't maxed, but I will be able to get the KO next turn. I should survive anything this Latios has that it can throw at me, except Latios' weakness policy. He sent me his sets after the game, and this Heracross had Brutal Swing, I believe, which was going to be his way of triggering it. So I absolutely made the right play that game in taking out the Heracross. So here I've got to protect the Tornadus and probably Max Guard as well because I don't just want to eat a +2 Max Lightning into the Primarina, although I can probably survive it at max, but like I don't want to risk that. If he max Lightnings into, or if he max attacks anything into this Tornadus slot, it's going to be much better for him, but he hits the Primarina slot. So Tornadus is going to be able to set Tailwind, and Primarina will be faster than everything. Max Lightning into the Tornadus there actually would have been phenomenal for him because he would have been able to set Electric Terrain again, and I wouldn't have been able to figure out a way to outspeed him. But I don't know if Double Protect is super obvious because I haven't run Protect on Primarina much at all this season. But this feels like a good play for me. So Tailwind comes out here, and there's nothing really this Liepard can do because Thunder Wave, I'm in misty terrain. I really feel for Charles there because I did something similar against Jess in the quarterfinals last season with Electric Terrain and Sleep Powder, but I'm just going to take out that Latios, and I'm going to have that 4v2 that I wanted. He sent me a message here saying I'm bad. I'm like, no, it happens to everyone. It's unfortunate that it happened in the playoffs. You've been playing a really good set. It's not over yet because this Leafeon still has a lot of potential into my team, although I do think the Arcanine in the back is very clean for me. I want to slow play the Arcanine to see if I can whittle down this Liepard first with Dazzling Gleam. I assume the Liepard has to be the Sash holder here. So he's going to be able to basically pick up whatever he wants. That Leafeon's Protect is going to be good for him. Thunder Wave's going to come on out. And it just doesn't have a damaging move, and I don't think Leafeon can kill 4 things. He will be able to, you know, slow a lot of things down. Sash comes out. But even with, like, he can only kill 1 thing at a time with Leafeon unless he's got some sort of spread move that I'm not thinking about right now. Which, I don't know. This is just a rough position for him to be in. Like, he's got to figure out how to kill 3 things. He is able to set Sun for him with Sunny Day, which that confirms that was the 4th slot on the Liepard, but that was pretty obvious. Leafeon is going to be the fastest thing. Gets the free KO on the Tornadus. Primarina will pick up the KO on the Liepard, damage the Leafeon, and I'm in range of another Dazzling Gleam. So I just need to send out something with a 100% accurate move that I know will kill it. So as much as the Arcanine would be fun to send out here, Azelf is just going to be better because Psycho Cut and Fire Punch both can't miss. I probably Psycho Cut because he's got the Akaberry, and that should guarantee a KO. And then I just click Psycho Cut and Dazzling Gleam to KO the Leafeon. So good games to Charles. This was a really fun set. I know it was a bit of a rough matchup for you. The Azelf and the Primarina both did what I wanted them to do. Hopefully Matt thinks that I justified Tailwind here. But overall, I'm happy with the way I played. I'm happy with the way I built. But it's been a really fun set, and I'm looking forward to playing either Dino or Matt in the semifinals, pending the result of their game. So, good game again, very well played. But I will see you guys next time with the semifinals, and I will just let these KOs walk you out. Oh, but you do see the animation for Solar Blade, which I don't know if I've ever seen before, so that's very cool. So watch the animation for Solar Blade, then I will see you guys out. Bye!